Hey there, Grand Design family. Jim Jacobus here. Hope this finds you well. This is our follow-up, we promise you, to the Going Full-Time seminar that we did at Grand Design National 2024. Apologize, it's taken a while to get this done. We have been super crazy busy, but nonetheless, we are getting it done now. And excited to share this with you. Now, just a heads up, this is a very pared down version of this. I'm going to go through and hit the highlights, tell you a lot. And share the slides with you. You're welcome to download as well. You'll find this on joyhauling.com/GDNR 2024. GDNR, Grand Design National Rally, GDNR 2024. You can find the download there and watch this as often as you want. Don't hesitate to ask us questions wherever you find this. Probably best not to ask questions on the website because we don't monitor that as often. But if you watch this on YouTube or you watch this on our Facebook group, you can ask questions there. First thing is, we had a great time with you guys. Going full-time is or can be an overwhelming challenge. All right. We're going to walk you through the process that we use to do that and try to give you some framework for that. So we love this disclaimer. We use this a lot. All right. Because there'll be people out there who tell you if you don't do it like this, you're doing it wrong. Well, what we said, if anybody tells you there's only one way, run now, run fast, run far. All right. You can do this a number of different ways. This is what worked for us. These are the things we've learned, mistakes we made, things we did right. Use what you want and get rid of what you really don't like. Okay. Just ignore it. But this is what worked for us. Okay. Our agenda was mainly to walk through the process IDEA, idea. All right. It is a process we use for a lot of things, not just going full time. But when we started, we got inspired to go full time, which is the first letter here. We really leaned on this process. Okay. And it's not linear. You don't get inspired and then discuss it and then ask questions and then take action. I mean, you get inspired, you discuss it, you get educated, you take action, you go back to more inspiration, you get more to more education. I mean, all four of these things are happening simultaneously in different areas of the process. Okay. And again, you could use this for buying a house. You could use this for choosing to have children. I mean, whatever. Okay. But we use it in this instance, and that's our framework for the follow-up here. Right. So inspiration, our story. We bought this Keystone Outback on Valentine's Day of 2019 on a lark. It's not something I was really wanting to do. We never camped very much. Christy wanted the thing and turned out to be one of the coolest things we've ever done. All right. We didn't say this at the seminar, but one of the things I think Christy and I do well that we would encourage you to consider is we both honor each other's inspiration. Okay. This is not on my radar screen, but she was excited about it. And so we checked it out. All right. Once we checked it out, I got inspired and we bought this thing. That's I missed this thing. All right. It was their memories we created in that thing are huge. One of the things I like about this RV more than I like about our Grand Design Momentum I'm sitting in right now. This is our over here in the back. That's our bedroom slide. All right. It's called an east-west slide because it goes this way instead of north-south, which is from nose to tail. The head of that bed is right by the window. And I cannot tell you how many times on the perfect night I would open that window and the breeze or the temperature or the sounds outside and were just incredible. I remember one night we had a rainstorm and the sound of the storm coming and the rain, I just loved it. So we don't have that in our 399. This one had it. I loved it. So anyway, that was our inspiration. And then we were camping in this as often as we could go do it. And about 3 months in, we were sitting on Lake Livingston in Texas, beautiful state park, watching the sun go down, drinking a bottle of wine. And Christy said to me, "Do you think we could live in one of these?" And we started watching videos and learning and all that. I said, "You're serious?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "You darn right we can." And that started it. All right. That was our inspiration. So then discussion. Why do we want to do this? What's our budget? What setup will we need? Set up mean RV and a truck. What are our travel plans? And Christy, I love this from the very beginning. She said, it's called a travel trailer for a reason. Half of that's travel, right? And we need to travel. We're going to travel. And we did, and we have, and we do, and we will. All right. So what are travel plans? How are we going to get rid of our stuff? That's one of the biggest questions people ask. I've got a whole slide about that coming up. And what's our plan B? And for us, we don't have a plan B. All right. We're going to continue to do what we're doing until we cannot draw breath and or something else presents itself. As Christy shared with you in the seminar, at least I know one of them, maybe not both, but we have some friends, and they say there are three phases. There's go, slow go, and no go. All right. And we're in the go stage right now. And there'll be a time we slow go, and our place down in Aransas Pass is going to be our slow go and no go place. So, but lots of discussion, constantly talking about it. And that happens in other areas as well. Like I said, we use this for other things. We will discuss things at length to make sure that we're on the same page and that we have figured out what we want to do. You're going to need to discuss how do we stay connected with family and friends and community and all that. What's our domicile going to be? And again, if you just chat GPT, if you went to the AI presentation I did, go to chat GPT and say, what are some of my options for domicile if I live in an RV full time? And it'll give you all the options. You'll have them all right there. How do you handle insurance, both, the RV, the truck, health insurance, all those kinds of things. How do you take care of that? Healthcare is going to be a different thing for everybody. And again, you could ask ChatGPT that question. And what's our lifestyle going to be like? What kind of traveling do we want to do? Where do we want to go? What do we want to see? How often are we going to be on the road? All those kinds of things are going to be questions that are going to be specific to you and things you got to answer for yourself. Our transition was from this beautiful house, and every time I pop this picture up, Christy and I both go, man, that was a great house. We lived there. I kind of took it for granted for a while. Somebody asked me, what's that box in the tree right there? All right. That is a bee box. We had bees that completely, if you're looking at the doorway to the left, right, there's the big windows and that was my office. The eave right there that goes from the front door up to the top of the gable there, that thing was 2/3 full of a beehive. All right. And at some point down, they just got to where they were around the front door and everything. They became a problem. I called a bee guy out and he removed them. All right. Moved them and captured them and moved them. And then he put that box up in the tree because he said they're coming back. And the box was there to make moving them the second time a whole lot easier. Okay. So yeah, we had to take out the bottom of that. Anyway, fascinating experience, but that's what that box is. It was full of stuff. And I mean, when I say full of stuff, it was full of stuff. 2 stories. The only time I ever went upstairs was twice a year to change the filters in the air conditioner. But yet we had it full. That's 4 bedrooms, 3,000 square feet, lots of house. Christy had 2 careers. Her career as a nurse at Memorial Hermann Hospital System, where she had been for 35 years when she retired. And then she also, as you probably learned from her, is a marriage counselor. I have my business, been a professional speaker for over 30 years, rented out of this house, out of that office right there in the front left side that you're looking at, and still do. And Christy still does. And so we had all that. We had our community, which community was the toughest thing for us to replace when we hit the road. We're like going, hey, we hit the road. And it's like going, oh man, all of our neighbors, all of our church friends, all of our people I play pickleball with, all the people that all these things in the area. She's was president of the Junior Service League. All of these things we had going on were all of a sudden gone. And replacing that became something we had to be intentional about. All of our friends and more and more stuff that was all part of the transition. So discussing all of that requires education as well, not just talking about it, but really digging in. What are our RV options? We chose this Grand Design Momentum 399 toy hauler after going up and down the stairs of maybe 100 different floor plans. Really being careful because we knew we were going to live in this, and we're very comfortable with that decision even to this day. We do not haul toys. That back place was an office because we both still worked, and because Christy does her counseling online, she needed a place with privacy. And we also learned from having an office in the house for years, you need an office you can close the door on and walk away from. All right. And so that's why we chose this. Plus, we chose the 399 instead of the other options because of the side porch gives us more living space. It makes the living space feel bigger too. when you have that down the door, the sliding glass doors there, opposing slides in our living area, it makes it feel bigger. That's why we chose it. What are your tow options? For me, and again, everybody's different. You make your own decision, but I wanted the safest option, and for us, that was a dually. No question about it. Okay. Learning about RV systems and maintenance. You know, what are we going to have to do when we're on the road? What do I need to learn about before we hit the road? I still learn stuff every day. I learn new things. Budgeting and financial planning. How are we going to trip? How are we going to trip plan? And we taught a session there in Elkhart on RV trip planning. As a matter of fact, you can download that. Same place you can download this one if you want. You're welcome to. Glad to have you do that. Learning about technology and connectivity, because we both need to be online. She more so than I do, has to have dependable online connectivity because of her counseling practice. Learning a lot about the RV community, you know, learning about rallies, learning about all of the different options that we would have when we're on the road, and then just all the resources that you might need when you're traveling, all the crowdsourcing, the social media, and on and on and on and on and on. So lots to learn about. YouTube is your friend. Chat GPT is your friend when it comes to doing all of this education and research. One of the things we feel like a lot of people need education on, and we've been teaching this for decades now, because we have been doing marriage seminars and marriage work for almost 3 decades, is that there are 3 critical skills that every couple needs in order to be more effective at this. All right. You get by without them. All right. But to be ultimately effective, and I think it's 3 things we do very well. First thing is learning to communicate openly and transparently about everything. There is a lot to communicate when you live in a sticks and bricks house. You get on the road and you are sharing 430 square feet and the cabin of a truck traveling all over the country. Communication is an important skill set to have. So that's one of the education pieces. Learning to solve problems together, conflict resolution and problem solving is a skill set everybody can get better at. I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, early on in our marriage, this was a 4. And today I would say it's one of our strengths. It's not a 10 because we still have things to learn. We are a constant work in progress. All right. But I'd say we're a 9. Okay. But that doesn't mean we're done. And I don't think we'll ever be done. And then the last thing is creating a shared vision together so that this traveling, this full-time life meets both Christie's needs and my needs and our needs. All right. And then let me explain that. Her needs, my needs, and then the needs of our marriage. By the way, one of the things we see from the standpoint of marriage is the marriage is more important than her needs or mine. If the marriage is not healthy and we're taking good care of the marriage, then neither one of us is going to be completely fulfilled. So that's the way we look at it. And having a shared vision while we're doing this is important. So action. And again, you can do all the cussing and discussing you want to. You can do all the research you want to. At some point in time, we have to take action. Now, those of you who are right there and ready to go, okay, pick a date, plan your first route, go on a few dry runs, sell your stuff, sell or lease your home. And by the way, we leased our home for 3 years. It was a great cash flow item. It was a great tax write-off. It was a great tool for us. And then when we found our place in Aransas Pass, we sold it and rolled that cash over into the new place. All right. So you don't necessarily have to sell your home, depending upon the market you're in and the market situation. You might be able to lease that thing and actually make money on it. Okay. And then hit the road. For those of you that are a ways off, all right, maybe you're 2 years away, but whatever, doesn't matter. Still go through the process. Get inspired. Start discussing it. Start getting educated. You got more time. You got a larger ramp. All right. But nonetheless, still pick a go date. Something about putting a date down on a calendar, whether it's a year away, 2 years away, 5 years away. That's more than 5 years. This is not actually a plan yet. This is just a hope. Put that date down. All right. And go ahead and figure out where you're going to go on your first trip. You can change it. All right. But something about doing that's magical, and I would encourage you to do that. Selling your stuff is it's a process. It's going to take some time. All right. I think once we hit go, we sold all our stuff in about 60 days. All right. So you're going to have 4 piles, and piles probably not the right word. You're going to have 4 categories: stuff you're going to sell, things you're going to store, things you're going to give away, and things you're going to throw away. All right. And everything's going to go in one of those 4 categories, one of those 4 piles. You can do it yourself, or you can actually pay companies out there that'll do it for you. And they will come in and sell everything that you tell them to, and then they'll haul off, typically to a consignment store, everything that you don't sell, and or throw away whatever they can't sell themselves. There was a very unexpected emotion that came with all of this, and it was a sense of freedom and relief of not having all the stuff anymore. And I would not have told you that would be an experience that we both had, not just me. And I had no problem getting rid of stuff. It was easy for me, with very few exceptions. It was harder for Christy, for sure. And but the cool thing is, once it was all done, there was a freedom that came with it, and still comes with it, that I did not anticipate. So anyway, I think you'll experience the same thing. So what we've learned in all this is, wherever we go, this country is beautiful. Wherever we go, people are amazing, and there's never going to be enough time. So see as much as you can, meet as many people as you can, and do it now, whether you go full time or not. So that's the follow up on that. You can, again, find this wherever you go. It will be posted on the joyhauling.com/GDNR2024 page, along with the downloads from the other 2 presentations we did. You can download the slides. You're welcome to use them if you want to. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We would appreciate it. All right. We're not here going, please join our Facebook group. That's not why we do this. All right. We do this because we love it. It's fun. We meet so many great people like you guys. But come join our Facebook page. Come join our YouTube channel, or both, and follow us. We're getting ready to do some fun stuff here with this fantasy RV tour that a lot of people are keeping an eye out for. And we'd just like to have you along with us. So if you don't mind doing it, we'd love to have you do that. Join our Instagram group as well. And let us know if you have any questions. Okay. See you down the road, gang. Take care. Appreciate you.